I just want to introduce myself. My name is Corey. This is my garden diary. I live in Orlando, Florida, in Zone 9A, and I've been growing food my whole entire life. I grew up in a homestead, and here in Florida, it's a lot different growing in the subtropics. I have about 30 plus trees, citrus, bananas, avocado, peach, blah, blah, blah. And I have been cultivating this. And so I hope you can learn something today from this. We're gonna talk sweet potatoes. I wanna show you what they can do for you. Even if you don't have a food forest and if you're just a gardener, not just, but if you're gardening, if you're a gardener, these can help you out. Let's get into it. So let's talk about the benefits about growing sweet potatoes, whether you have a food forest or whether you're a gardener. No matter what state you live in, it creates organic matter so you can put right back into your soil, right? You're constantly growing something so your beds are never naked because you're using it as a cover crop. So it keeps your soil cool all year long. And you're going to create a harvest, a bunch of food for your family. So it's doing all these beneficial things. This is one of my propagation stations, and literally it's this easy. This came from my garden, and I had it sitting on the counter for way too long. And I've had sweet potatoes growing all over this property since the day I planted a sweet potato on this property. And this started sprouting. It was really funny. It was not in water, and so what I did is I took the little pieces off, pop them off just like this, and I just put them in some water just like this, and within 2-3 days, look at this, look what I get, look at that, look at those fruits. That's all it takes. So no, this isn't 100 of them. If I want to keep on doing this potato's gonna, and this little guy right here, he's doing it too. He's growing, look at that. It's that easy. I mean, it was growing without water. So I am just going to keep on putting these in these little propagation station that I have. I'm going to plant them in areas where I have a weed problem because I want to make my life easier in this property. There's 7 layers of permaculture in a food forest. You have your canopy layer, right? Like your big trees, maybe it's like avocado or chestnut. That's your canopy layer. Then you have your sub-canopy layer, which are your like shorter trees, kind of like citrus, your peach trees, things like that, living underneath your canopy. So then you're gonna build your shrub layer, which is your blueberries, your blackberries, your hibiscus, your bushes. And then we have our herbaceous layer, which is like comfrey kale, your vegetables, basil, oregano, things like that. And let's go down even farther here. It's your ground cover. It's cover crops. So sweet potatoes is one of them. Strawberries, perennial peanuts is one. Things that are gonna cover your ground. They act as like a live mulch. So then we have our root layer, which is one of my faves. That is also sweet potatoes because sweet potatoes have a root underground, a vegetable that we can eat. Also is like yucca, ginger, turmeric. Those are all root layers. You see where I'm going here? We started from the top and we're working our way down. So then we have our vine layers, which can get tricky because some of them can get out of control, like passion fruit, but such a beautiful thing. We all want it in our garden, but you know, they go crazy. Green beans, the climbing green beans, grapes is a vine. So anyways, what we're doing here today, I know that was just a long but this is just a part of building on the food forest and adding to it every single year. You don't have to do this all at one time. And even if you're just gardening and you don't have fruit trees and you're not trying to build a food forest like my crazy brain is, then start adding this as your cover crops for when, like we live in Florida right now, And it is so hot, and these sweet potatoes love hot. They love the sand. We have sandy soil here. You can put them in your garden beds, which in my experience, it's not the best thing in the world to do because I always miss them when I pull them up when I want to plant things. And there's always like 1 or 2 in there, and I will have sweet potatoes in my raised beds for the rest of my life. I have sweet potatoes growing all over this property for the rest of my life, and I don't have to do anything about it. If I have a hankering for a sweet potato, all I have to do is go out there and dig a little bit, and I'm going to have a sweet potato. So in this area that I want to do these sweet potatoes, and I'm going to try to stop saying sweet potato. I have this area behind my chicken coop. It's so weedy, and when I let my chickens out, for some reason, they have so much other stuff on this property to forage on that they don't go back there, and I don't want to take a weed eater back there. So I'm going to do a light weeding back there, and I'm just going to start planting these little guys that I have already started. Let me see if I can show you. Look at all those roots in there. You see all those roots? And it happened within a couple days, like within a day. Like, let me see. I just put one in here. Maybe too soon. But the roots on these things are crazy. Look at that. You put that in the ground, I'm telling you right now, you don't even have to water these things. They just thrive. And the nice thing about them is they're really a low vine. They're not a climbing vine, and they're gonna spread out. And where I'm gonna put them where the chickens are, they're a nightshade. I don't know, you can call chickens dumb all you want, but they know what to eat and they know what not to eat, and they will not eat a nightshade. They don't even nibble on these leaves right here. They just don't touch them. I don't know why. Because they're smarter than us. We can eat them. We can eat these leaves, but they won't touch them. So it'll cover them out. It'll take care of the weeds. And what I am trying to do for the last 11 years is to make this gardening easier on my life. And so one of the main things during May, June, July, and August in the state of Florida is that the weeds just get out of control, and we don't want to go out there because it's so hot. And I do every couple days. I go out there and pull some so it doesn't get ahead of me. But I have sections of sweet potatoes that are thriving right now in the summer, and so they're going to cover up all those weeds. So these are just one of our many hot crops because we can't grow everything in May, June, July, and August. You know what I mean? It is hard. It's so hard. But sweet potatoes is one of those things that they just thrive here. So let's do it. Let's put them in there. And if you live anywhere else in the country, they're going to thrive during the summer where you live too. And you can grow them in beds. You don't have to grow them in the ground. I have them everywhere. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you learned something. I hope you give it a try. Now, this came from my garden, this sweet potato right here. You can go to a grocery store. You can go to a grocery store and buy you a bag of sweet potatoes. Put them in a cup of water like this and watch them grow slips. Depending on where you live and what time of year it is, we can kind of put these in the ground anytime. They just thrive during the summer. So give it a try. It is a great thing to do with your kids. My daughter and her son and daughter, they have them growing on their windowsill right now. So thanks for hanging out with me today. That's all I got for you guys today. If you like this, then go look at my other videos on food forest, gardening, all the things. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.